guys, welcome back to my YouTube video. I got a special guest with me.
Her best friend, Julia. Hi, guys.
So guys, we're at a protest tonight. You see? Black Lives Matter. Look at all these people.
In the background? This is
good.
not everybody.
It's not everybody, but I'm gonna take you guys along with me. So
It's
stay
gonna be really fun.
Bye.
I had almost a refund founder, LOL, but thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
We chose to meet at Lakeside Park to begin our march because this place holds great significance. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. visited the Lathrop building in 1967 to deliver a speech to a group of women that his mother was affiliated with. Less than a year later, he was killed while in the midst of standing up for the very thing we're still fighting for today, racial equality. That was 53 years ago. 53 years later, and there are still racial injustices across the nation, within the state, and in our very community. Today, we say enough is enough. We're going to march from Lakeside to the gazebo in town, the center of our community, where there will be speeches, chants, and voter registration. We do ask you to please wear masks and try to adhere to social distancing. I'm going to pass it off to Chloe Jackson, who will be teaching and leading the chants that will be said on our march to the gazebo. Once again, thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, Lauren. I have been a part of this community since I was 5 years old, and I'm so moved by the amount of support we receive. It's sad to know we live in such a backwards world, but I'm happy to know I'm not alone in this fight. I hope I inspire some to come up to the front and join me in leading these chants and protests. Children, teens, adults, anyone who feels compelled. Thank you.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what America looks like. Black Lives Matter. And Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Say his name. George Floyd. Say her name. George Floyd. Say her name. Breonna Taylor. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Yeah. Looks like. Show me what America looks like. This is what America looks like. Show me what polling looks like. This is what polling looks like. Show me what P-Town looks like. This is what P-Town looks like. Show me what solidarity looks like. This is what
high school students to college graduates and are unaffiliated with the Town of Pauling Government Board. On behalf of the entire organization, we thank you all for coming out today. Speak Up Pauling is by no means an isolated protest. It is crucial that we keep the momentum of the Black Lives Matter movement alive within our community. There is a sense of pride to be felt knowing that there are so many of us within this small town that are willing to speak up for what is right. Because in the end, what we are facing as a community and as a nation exceeds religion, opinion, and political affiliation.
Woo! Yeah! Have an extensive knowledge of African American history and of the continuing effects of slavery in this country. No student is too young to learn about white privilege, and racism is learned. While we recognize that this following demand may be met with a degree of reluctance, we believe that defunding and demilitarizing the police is a crucial step towards undoing the racist history of mass incarceration of Black and brown bodies in this country. I ask you to consider this. Pauling, New York is a safe and quiet town that acts as a better deterrent to crime because it actually addresses societal problems like poverty, mental illness, and homelessness. These are issues that many believe would be better handled by social workers, yet today they are still tasked by police. Remember, policing was never meant to solve societal problems. These are just some of the demands that we can accomplish at the local level.
we encourage you to visit the Speak Up Pauling Facebook page, where we will post our list of demands, as well as facts and statistics on the mass incarceration and policing of Black Americans. We also encourage you to scan the QR codes posted throughout the green. These QR codes will take you to a condensed list of anti-racist resources and education tools. You can access this link
and really understand in our hearts that there is systemic racism in our society. Yep. And it's not just in policing, it's in education, it's in housing, yes. It's in healthcare, as we just saw. So I'm proud to be in a state Senate majority where we passed historic police reform this last week. And this should not be viewed as anti-police, because we have good police departments and great police officers in the Hudson Valley. What we are doing is building trust, and accountability and transparency build trust, and that's what these measures do. For the first time, banning chokeholds. Who knew that chokeholds were still legal? We banned chokeholds. Yes. We eliminated 50A, which keeps police disciplinary records secret from for the first time will collect real data on how cases are adjudicated and whether they disproportionately impact people of color. We codified and expanded the powers of the special prosecutor. So when a civilian dies at the hands of police, the Attorney General has the power and the resources to investigate. So again, these measures are not anti-police. What they are is pro-community. That Sunlight builds transparency and accountability, and that builds trust between community and police. And there's more to do. As we said, healthcare, education, environment. Environmental racism is so huge. There is so much more work to be done. So I ask all of you to keep marching, but most importantly, especially the young people here, you must vote. You must hold us accountable. So register, vote, hold those of us in office accountable for the change that you want to see. Live the change, be the change, and in the meantime, peace, love, tolerance, and acceptance. Diversity makes our community stronger.
Can everyone hear me? Yes. My name is Julia Whitworth. I grew up in Pauling, and I have a couple of words I wanted to say about intersectionality. Intersectionality is a term coined by Professor Kimberly Crenshaw, which means that many of our social justice problems, such as racism, sexism, and transphobia, overlap, creating multiple layers of social injustice. It is impossible to separate yourself from both the privilege and oppression of the various identities that you have. The impacts of the different aspects of one's identity happen simultaneously and cannot be compartmentalized. As a member of the LGBTQ community, especially in the month of June, in which we celebrate the dignity, validity, and self-affirmation of being a member of this group, I must remember that there is no pride without intersectionality. The responsibility falls on us all to step up and speak out against racism, systemic injustice, and police brutality. We can use our voices to amplify the Black Lives Matter movement and the experiences of people of color. We must remember that Pride is celebrated in June to commemorate the Stonewall riots of 1969, which were largely fought for by Marsha P. Johnson. This intersectionality and the fight for justice. Thank you.
Please, I can't breathe. Please, man. Please. Somebody. Please, man. I can't breathe. I can't breathe, please. Man can't breathe. My face, just get up. I can't breathe. Please. I can't breathe shit. I can't move. Mama, I can't. My knee, my neck,
I'm through. I'm through. I'm claustrophobic. My stomach hurts. My neck hurts. Everything hurts. Some water or something. Please, please. I can't breathe, officer. Don't kill me. They're gonna kill me, man. Come on, man. I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Please, sir. Please, 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 I can't breathe. Martin Luther King said, "In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends." And I, for one, have lived in Pawling for 12 years now, going on 13 years. And I have to say, I am so proud to see you all out here, not silent, not silent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I have 6 siblings. 4 of them are brothers. They're all black. We were in summer. It was in summertime. Police pulled us over. I didn't even know this was going on. I'm in the car with my friend. I see my brothers walking up Main Street with their friends or whatever. It's late. It's like 10, 11. I see police come over, start asking them questions. So I step out the car. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's up? He's like, oh, I'm just gonna question these guys. You know their names. I didn't give no names. Don't ask me that.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! Black Lives Matter! 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 Oh. Matter! 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 Peace! No peace! No peace! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Stand up! Stand up! Stand up! Stand up! Stand up! No justice, no peace! No peace! No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace! No witness, no peace! We all need somebody to lead.
Michael Brown, Missouri, 2014. Laquan McDonald, Chicago, 2014. Tamir Rice, Oakland, 2014. Freddie Gray, Baltimore, 2015.
And sing till earth and heaven rings, ring with the harmony rejoicings rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
I'm also joined by Armand Cherry Nash to my left, Damani Meredith, and Eric Pascal of the Golden State Warriors. So without further ado, I just want you guys to listen to these words. Today, we rallied together to spread the message of the Black Lives Matter movement. For over 400 years, we have been raped, we've been beat, hunted, oppressed, and most of all, we've been treated as a lesser race. Across the board, as long as you are not of African descent, you have a far better chance of succeeding in life in this country. For over 400 years, we've been pushed down into the depths of the social classes that do make up this country. But the part that I'm not really understanding is the fact that we made up this country. Now, let me ask you, do you people not grow tired of excluding us from positions of power? Do you not feel any remorse for treating the dirt on your shoe with more respect than a person whose skin color resembles mine? Nah, you don't. You don't because it is socially acceptable to behave in such a manner. However, today, we do stop this. Today, we work together to make sure that me and my friends are never going to be just a statistic. This change needs to be grand, and everyone must be proactive in their steps to combat this virus. When I look around the crowd, I see a lot of masks. And y'all are so worried about letting your kids go outside because of coronavirus. Meanwhile, we have had a whole other type of virus breeding in our schools, governments, churches, and etc. To combat this effectively, you must be willing to take a step back and ask yourself if you're a part of the problem. When I say that, I truly do mean you must look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, am I a racist? And if you think racism or white privilege isn't alive and thriving in your hometown of Dobbs Ferry, New York, well, honey, you're in for a little treat. Example number one is the fact that I worry about the police even when I'm just a passenger in my white friend's cars. Example two is when my mother was called the N-word with the hard R, just up the street at High Smiley's Deli. The last, but definitely not final example is the silence that almost each of you had before you really got an idea of how much this hurts. Because my people, we're being hunted in the same streets that you feel comfortable enough to jog on and raise your kids. The Black community has been here before, time and time again. However, this is new to many of you. The revolution is being televised at a capacity unlike those of the past. And I do understand how tough it may be to see and digest, but we must stay grounded and we must definitely be heard. History is repeating. However, this time the Black community fully appreciates its new allies, all of you. Nothing will be the same as it was pre-March 2020, but we can work hard and we must work together to make sure it is a better world that we do live in. I do have one more message. This was like kind of like last minute, but Jack Baggs, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He came over yesterday and he wanted to do his part in helping and use his privilege and his power and the reach that he has to help fund things such as bailouts or George Floyd's funeral costs or anything of that sort. So me and Jack Baggs will be posting on social media tonight it's kind of like a little emblem, and we're just expecting only $1 for
I come here today to talk about how I feel, and I feel like that we are treated differently than other people, and I don't like how we're treated, and just because of our color doesn't mean anything to me. I believe that
you're doing great. You're doing a great job.
Don't stop the clock. Do not stop.
We are black people and we shouldn't have to feel like this. We shouldn't have to protest because y'all are treating us wrong. We do this because we need to and have rights.
starts, the shooting starts. You have a president talking about the Second Amendment as a use for people to come out here and use firearms against the people that are protesting. This is the messages that we're seeing. I don't know if you on social media, because the news don't tell you everything. But you have to pay attention to what's going on, or else we have a president that's trying to incite a race war. And when the borders are closed, we can't leave. You have people in here that need your help. This is when you and y'all stand together with the community, with society, to stop the governmental oppression. Period. We need you. So then march with us. March beside us. You get your people. Y'all march beside us. March beside us. March beside us. Let the revolution be televised. March beside us and show us that you're here for us. Make history with us, please. Let's just do it. March with us. We'll start marching, and you march with us. Please. Just do it. Do it. Just come on. Be the change. Do it. Please. Do it. Please.
I can't breathe. Why you following me? Please don't let me die. It's not real. Why'd you shoot me? I did nothing. Oh, officer, please. I can't breathe. Put your right hand over your bullet wound and never trust the boys in blue. There won't be prison till we can change the rules. Oh, I pledge allegiance to the flag of races, hiding with the badge. Are we living in the present or the past?
Hello guys, so that's the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoy it.
We definitely had like a lot of fun. We enjoyed it very much.
It was hot.
It was hot, but I think it was totally worth it just hearing everybody, and like the energy was just definitely different.
You gotta fight for our people.
No.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives have a smile and probably some videos I should do or whatever.
Whatever. Tell her what you want to see.
Alright.
Alright.
I will see you guys in my next video.